So welcome guys. I am so tickled for all you guys, brand new coaches, and some of us are older coaches. What's the technical term for that? Older coaches. I shouldn't say older coaches, but
experienced.
There you go, experienced coaches. I like that one. So we are coming together just to celebrate you. Remember, we are a family and it's all about relationship. You are absolutely going to love being part of this family. So I have been a health coach for 5.5 years now, and I can't even imagine not knowing my friends that have become so much family. I love to be able to go and do things with them. I love to meet when we get together. It's just, yeah, we really do just become family, and I hope that you can start to feel that very soon. So let's start. I'm going to share, and there's Ricky, and it looks like Tara has joined us. Tara, I have not seen Dawn yet. Is she coming?
I'm here, sorry.
So is Dawn coming?
Yes, ma'am, she is. Is she not on yet?
No, I've been waiting a little bit, kind of dinking around, hoping she would show up before I got going too much, but
I'll text her. So go ahead and go do what you're gonna do, and then I'll text her because we just spoke and she was fixing to jump on.
Okie dokie.
Thank
All
you.
right. Okay, guys. So again, if you need to unmute and ask a question, don't hesitate. Go ahead and mute if we want to have it a little bit quieter. So I'm going to share my screen. Welcome, new coaches. So I'm just so tickled that you guys are here with us and that you're ready to start this new journey. And this new journey is all about relationship. It's all about giving the gift away that you have been given. And what I really want to do now is just take a minute to ask each of you brand new coaches to share 5 things. So I'd love to have you tell me your name, tell me about how long, it doesn't have to be perfect, about how long ago you started your journey, what your success has been so far. And it doesn't have to be weight loss. It could be that you're sleeping so much better or whatever your success is. And then about how long ago did you start coaching? And the last one, what's your favorite color? So I'm going to stop my screen share right now and I'm going to start. So my name's TJ Goad, and I started on my health journey 5.5 years ago, plus about 3 weeks. And I lost 53 pounds in 5 months. Absolutely incredible. I love that after 5.5 years, I still have my weight off. I started coaching 5.5 years ago. I was only a couple of weeks into my journey when I started. And my favorite color is green. So who would like to go next? Anybody? Because I'll pick on somebody if you don't unmute and just jump in here.
This is Amy.
Hi.
And I started my health journey in March of this year, right in COVID. And it was kind of cool because I was losing weight when everybody else was gaining it. And I'm down about 60 pounds right now. And I started coaching in June. And one of the habits, the water, I think has made a huge difference in my health and just energy levels. And I crave my water if I miss it at all. And my favorite color is purple.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Who would like to go next?
There we go.
Anybody?
I think I did.
Who is that? Okay, so Samantha, let's have you go next.
Can you guys give me 1 second? I'm sorry, I have a little one crying. So sorry.
Oh, you are fine. So Shauna, would you go for me?
Sure. Okay, I'm Shauna Bradford, and I started the 5-in-1 program 2.5 months ago. And today I am down 26. Oh, where's my
I love it.
Zoom calls?
Real life.
Hold on. Got to figure out how to turn off. Okay. So today I'm down 26.2 pounds. So it's a marathon.
Yay.
So I feel like, I've never run a marathon. I never hope to, but this is my marathon. And I have been coaching a week and a half, I guess.
Good job.
Maybe it's been 2 weeks. Yeah, it's probably been 2 weeks. I had a grandbaby that was born just last Sunday, a week ago, and I've lost total track of time because I've been helping my daughter. So it's all blending, meshing together. I really haven't been coaching this last week at all. I've just been, yes, I have. I've been coaching a granddaughter. And my favorite color is, okay, I didn't hear that.
Okay. We're going to.
My favorite color is sapphire blue. That's my birthstone. I'm a September baby.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So Dawn, I see you jumped in. We've been hoping you would make it, and I just wanted to let you know what we're doing is we're just running through having our new coaches introduce themselves. When did you start on your program? What's your success so far? When did you start coaching after that? And what is your favorite color? So would you like to, here, I'll unmute you if you want to jump on and share with us.
There we go.
Awesome.
There. Sorry, I didn't realize it was like that.
Well, I muted you because we had some echoing going on.
Okay. So go ahead and tell you.
Yeah. Introduce yourself.
Yeah. So my name's Dawn Gallagher, and of course, ignore that ringing in the background. That's our fax machine. That's the only reason we have a landline. But anyway, I just started with Tara on October 29th, I believe, and in 30 days, I'm actually down today 14 pounds. I was so excited. I just wanted to lose 10 to 20, and I'm like, I'm going for 20 now for that. But anyway, and I just started coaching. I just signed up 3 people, so I'm just starting into this. So that's why I'm here tonight, to listen to you great people and hear what you all have to say to help me. And let's see, favorite color, I have a couple, but I'm going to go with purple.
Awesome. Okay, and if you guys ever notice that we do this is something that I think Candy kind of started it, because in the deaf community, that's like clapping.
Yeah.
So if you see some of us coaches jumping in here and shaking our hands like that on where there's so many of us and when we're muted, that's what's going on. We're celebrating you or celebrating who's sharing. So, okay, Samantha, would you like to come in and introduce yourself? And
Sure. So I'm Sam, or Samantha, and I started the end of July 28th, I think it was. I'm down 44 pounds. The big changes, just confidence level and just feeling better about myself and my skin, even though I have a ways to go. And I've been coaching for 1 week, and my favorite color is yellow.
yay! Awesome. Okay, so let's go ahead. I'm going to share my screen again, and we're going to jump right in here. So for starters, I would love to, hopefully you guys have something to write on, pen and paper. If you have questions, make sure to write them down, because I'm hoping we're going to have a few minutes at the end that we can actually go deeper into anything that you have questions over. So I'd like to start with just talking a little bit about Dr. A's vision and mission. He wants to get the world healthy, one habit at a time. And we have just broken into the Asian market. So exciting. He was the 10th board certified critical care doctor, and he got tired of sick care and wanted to do health care. He had a heart to really help people. It was hard on him to have people come in with heart attacks, strokes, and diabetic comas, and to see him back in 6 months after he had fixed them all up and sent them out. That was not what he wanted to see. That was not what he was going for when he became a doctor. He really wanted to see health grow. So he has an amazing heart. This is Dr. A, and this is our own Jan Paxman, our mighty leader, and her husband, Dan. And then this is Dan Bell. He is the man that wrote our compensation plan, has a huge heart. Absolutely love to listen to this man speak. We have the Habits of Health to back us up. So as you know, we have science behind the way that we fuel our body. It's all put together in an amazing way to where it levels out blood sugar. It creates an atmosphere where our body recognizes our stored fat as its energy source. It can make us feel fantastic. So we've got science behind that. Well, we've always had amazing education. Fueling our bodies 25%, education's 25%. This education that Dr. A has put together over the last 2 years ago, he has put together with neuroscience. So the Life Book is put together in a way that we can actually create a new environment in our mind. And if we do not repair, then we will repeat what we've always repeated. He has given us the tool to be able to repair. And it creates awareness, it creates mindfulness, and it creates preparedness with the education, but we have to use it. So I'm going to encourage you to use it and encourage each of your clients to use it. Powerful, powerful stuff. The Habits of Health app, the Life Book, and the Habits of Health 2.0, the Life Book, he wants you to take a year to go through. Don't overwhelm yourself. And then since we're talking about the 4 components, don't forget right here what we're doing is community. We're all coming together. We all want to grow. We all want to, your questions are going to give us the things that maybe somebody else needs to know. We want to go back and forth. We want to come together so that we can all serve and create that vision for Dr. A, for ourselves, to get the world healthy, one habit at a time. And then the 4th component, 25% of our program, is the coach. That's you now. How exciting is that? So next, I want to tell you just a little bit about our company. Holy cow. So behind our company is another company called Medifast. It's our parent company. Medifast has been around for 40 years. And it's a publicly traded company on the New York Stock Exchange. Early this spring, we were able to ring the bell. For me, I didn't understand what that means, but it's quite a prestigious thing. We are growing, and we are still growing through COVID. In fact, 6-8 weeks ago, Forbes announced that we are the number 2 fastest growing company in the world. And Dr. A himself at our last meeting announced that we are the number 1 fastest growing health company in the top 50 companies. That's pretty powerful. We have some incredible stuff behind us. So don't hesitate to use that in your journey to help people see that we're not a fly-by-night. We are the real deal, and it's more than just a weight loss company. We have it all. We can create an environment for lifelong transformation if they plug into every single one of the components. So what's possible? I love this question. So when you think about what's possible, I want you to start dreaming. And whatever you dream of, you can create with this company. So if you get a little uncomfortable at some of the things that you start dreaming about because you think, oh, I could never do that, don't let those lies seep in. You can do whatever it is you want to. If you just want to take care of 3, 4, 5 people, that's fine. But you can do that. If you want to take care of a whole lot of people, that's fine. You can do that. If you want to take care of a whole lot of coaches so that they can take care of a whole lot of people and you can take care of a whole lot of people, you can do whatever you want to. And when you're dreaming, think about things like time freedom. Think about things like making a difference in the world. That was one, and it'll make me, I'm not going to cry. That's probably the biggest one. As I started growing as a coach, I started seeing the fact that me, TJ Goad from small town Fruitland, Idaho, can make a difference in other people's lives. And it wasn't one person. It was a lot of people. And then when I started coaching, I started coaching coaches. I noticed that, you know, maybe I can take care of 50 people, but when I have a coach, if I coach them well, they're going to take care of 50 people too. Do you understand? That's 100 people. And then when I had 2 coaches, there's 150 people that I'm able to make a difference with. If you have monetary thoughts of what's possible, you know, what do you want? Do you want a family vacation to Hawaii every year? Do you want to be able to bring your husband home from a job that isn't satisfying to him? Whatever you want truly is possible. And we have the amazing backing to create it, and we have the structure to create that for you. Allow yourself to dream a little bit. So what do you want and why do you want it? This is something that I've learned through the years, and I love to do this also with clients, is take a piece of paper and write down, what do I want? And then make sure you have a little bit of time, a little bit of quiet, and start writing down, what do you want? Maybe it's going to be one sentence. Maybe it's going to be, you know, time freedom. Maybe it's going to be financial freedom, you know, or maybe things will start flowing and you'll have all of this stuff that comes out after you ask yourself, what do I want? And then stop for a minute and read your answer and ask yourself, why is this important to me? And then sit and think about it. Maybe read that answer again. And then start writing. And it might just be a little bit, or it might be a whole lot. Be prepared. I wouldn't be surprised after you ask yourself, because I'm going to ask you to ask yourself 7 times. I wouldn't be surprised if it really brings you to emotion. I wouldn't be surprised if by the time you get to that 7th time of asking yourself, what do I want? And why do I want it? Why is this important to me? You will be very emotional, and I wouldn't be surprised if that very first answer that you wrote isn't even going to look like it's related to that very last answer that you write. It's okay. You've gone deeper into your why, and it's very, very powerful. So your story. I'd love to talk just a tiny bit about your story, because your story, it's when you're authentic with people and you're living out loud, living your life out loud, people are going to be drawn to you. They're going to see the light. They're going to see the spark. They're going to see the things that are happening. Remember that when we share our story, it's just a glimpse of what's going on, because truly we're creating relationships, and we want more to listen to them than we want to speak. We get really excited, and trust me, I'm one of the worst. After 5.5 years, I have a whole lot of stuff that I just want everybody to have, but that doesn't serve them. Listening to them and finding out what they want is much more powerful. So I have to stop myself, and literally, your story can rock their world. So let's start with, where were you before Optavia? A couple sentences. Think about it. Again, attach it to some emotion. What was it like before? What's changed during your journey? What's your current reality? And remember, It's not about telling them, it's about listening. So we want to keep it to just 1 to 2 minutes max. And that's pretty tough. Maybe write it all out, find the pieces that are the most attached to emotion, and then help them by awakening them, you know, and by the, well, let's go. Okay, so here's something. So I had been a yo-yo dieter all of my life. I just knew I was done. I had a diagnosis of rheumatoid arthritis. I wasn't even 50 yet. I was lost. I was hopeless. And then in came Jan Paxman, my health coach, and she gave me a glimmer of hope. And I grabbed onto that hope. And within a very short time, I noticed that my pain, my weakness was starting to subside. And see, it gives me goosebumps just talking about it. My weight started coming off. That was crazy. I lost 53 pounds in 5 months. 5.5 years. I am still living at a healthy weight, and I feel better than I ever have in my whole life at 52 years old. Really? I really like to add one more thing here. It's a little out of what Optavia usually says, but I think it's so powerful. I love to share a couple sentences about what do I see in the future. As you can tell on our last little slide, I have a lot, I want things to draw us. My vision, I love to tell people that my vision of the future is that I'm going to be dancing vivaciously at my grandchildren's weddings. That's my picture. And my oldest grandson is 4. That's where I stop. And then I start asking a few more questions, and I go right into, you know what, let's set up a time to visit, because we don't want to do too much if we're at church or if we're out and about. We want to set up a time so we can really listen to them. So now we're at who's on your heart. Who's on your heart? You know, I think about it. I don't know if you're Christians or not. Personally, my lists, I call them my prayer lists. And I pray often about it. Who is in their closet crying because they can't fit into their clothes? Who's in pain like I was? Who is feeling weak like I was? Make a list of 10 to 25 names. This literally 5.5 years ago is my very first list. Just so you know. That's my very first list. I still have it. Now, not to overwhelm you, I have three ring binders of health assessments, but these are my lists of names. I keep adding to my list. I'm still adding to my list. So who's already asked you about what you're doing? They're watching you eat funny things out of packages. They're watching you, hopefully, which we'll get into a little bit more about on Facebook. Who's watching the smile get broader on your face? Who's watching your skin look clearer? So who have you dieted with in the past? Who struggles with weight? Who's all about health? Who's a go-getter? Remember, it's not all about weight loss. It's about being healthy. It can be maybe somebody needs the financial end. Somebody needs just to get healthier. Somebody maybe just needs to be able to know that they can make a difference in somebody else's life. Maybe they need to have something that'll fulfill them. So don't limit it just to people who need to lose weight. So coaches, friends, neighbors, families, your children's friends, parents on your children's sports team, church friends, work friends, high school friends, bunco friends, hairstylists. That's what I was for 30 years. Teachers, Facebook, Instagram, husband or wife, coworkers. So don't limit yourself. And I have to tell you, I actually have a whole bunch of my high school teachers, which I think is just, I remember thinking, yeah, I would never reach out to my high school teacher. Oh my gosh, they need help too. Really? I'm taking this gift away from them because I don't think they would want to be coached by me. I don't know. Sometimes we make up some things. And if you ever get stuck, your coach has Dan Bell's candidate worksheet. So make sure to ask for that. If you get to where you're just thinking, oh, I don't know. Okay, those things were great, but I need a little bit more. Ask him. Dan Bell's candidate worksheet. I have a little story about this. Actually, I'm going to stop my screen share for just a second. So this little paper here, I love this paper. As I went through, you can see I've highlighted them as they've become clients. So you want to hear something incredible? I hadn't pulled it out for I don't know, a little while because this is my very first one. These are people that I actually called and asked to do a health assessment with 5.5 years ago. I know I keep saying that, right? Well, in the last year, the blue ones, 5.5 years later, I just got to highlight them because they're new clients. Remember, they are not yet. And see, I still have some not yets on here. Does not mean that they're no's, but look at how many of those lives have been changed because I said yes and because I didn't give up on them. Seriously. It's all about relationship. If they say not yet, you don't want to keep chasing them and going, aren't you ready to do this yet? Aren't you ready? No, we just stay in relationship with them. Lives are changing. And yes, one of my best, a sister-in-law, 2 of my high school best friends. In the last one was January. She's rocking optimization, by the way. And the other one is a little bit struggling with hers since July. Don't give up on people. So, I don't know, little side note there. Let's go back to sharing my screen. So, most people are only one phone call away and one decision away from their best life. Become a champion of the people in your life. And again, it may not be right now, but you know, if we don't let them know what we're doing, they can't open the gift that you have for them. One great lesson that I had from Jamil Frazier, I'll never forget him teaching this. It was really powerful to me. I have a gift, and it's kind of like the waitress who's giving coffee. When she comes by and she says, would you like coffee? Sometimes people say yes. Sometimes people say no. They don't know that it's the best cup of coffee that they'll ever have. So we shouldn't get our feelings hurt by somebody saying, no, I don't want to do that. No, but we need to let them know what we're doing and how excited we are. Just live your life out loud. So start your coach training. This is incredible. We have some amazing coach training that we've had put together for us. It's incredible. So the first step is getting your list and sending out the verbiage to set up training calls. Getting into action is so important. Always have one of your support team on every call at first. Do a short debrief afterwards to learn from the call. Go through the coach training units step by step. I'd love to jump over there for a minute too. If you're not familiar with this, it's easy. Put a rock in your schedule, 10 minutes. I think one of the videos was actually 18 minutes. Really? This is incredible. You'll get, you won't miss anything if you go day 1, day 2, day 3, and you'll be able to go back and find if you need more. This is just in time training. Remember, we're not going to send you off to college with 4 years worth of books. We don't want to do that. That's overwhelming. We're also going to learn that when we're coaching clients. Remember, they cannot absorb everything. We're going to give them just a little bit at a time. It's the same thing with your coach training. That's why we do day 1, and then we do day 2. And when it says stop, contact your coach and just give them a little bit of, oh my gosh, this was so good, or oh my gosh, that was so good. Because just like the education we have, if you learn it and then if you teach it, give it back to your coach, you're going to solidify it a lot better within yourself. So what this does is it builds your confidence and your competency. So one of the things that is encouraged, and it's about the only time that we get any pressure, and it's not really pressure, it's just within the first 30 days, if you end up serving 5 clients, you earn a CAB bonus. Oh my gosh, what's the name of the CAB bonus? I can't tell you right now, it's not in my brain. So that CAB bonus though, if you end up with 5 clients, Ricky, you can tell me.
Client acquisition bonus.
Thank you. I knew one of you guys would have it. It was just totally out of my brain. So what it is it creates building your confidence and competency. Because if you go through these health assessments and practice calls and practice, and you learn how to support those 5, it's like, oh, that's just what I do now. But if you do 1 health assessment a month, it makes it really hard to get solid and have the confidence and the competency to take care of people. So it also teaches you the art of the health assessment, because your health coach is going to do it for you, and then pretty soon she or he is going to do it with you, and then pretty soon you're going to do it, and you have those little debriefs afterwards, and they're maybe going to give you, oh, that was fantastic, maybe this or maybe that, maybe something in the mind that needs to be shifted just a touch, and it's going to let you master the skill. So Facebook rollout. Love this. Absolutely so exciting. So make sure to work with your mentor on this. Very, very important, because there's a few little things. We've done it a little bit longer, so we have a few little things that we're going to help tweak and encourage. So set your profile as public. Very important that people see that. Have your coach help you with your before and after picture. And remember, now that you're a coach, you have to have a disclaimer on your before and after picture. So have your coach help you with the verbiage, because you want to have a little story. You want to have something that's really going to make people go, oh, I want what she's got. Think of it as sending out a life preserver. So when you're throwing out that Facebook post, recognize that 85 to 90% of people need health in one shape or form, whether it be, just feeling better, whether it be financial, whether it be, whatever that looks like. People need something. And you're just throwing that out there, and they're going to either like it or they're going to comment. You're going to create a relationship between that. And you may be able to give them the gift that you were given. So I love that. Jan actually talks about that a lot, throwing that life preserver out to somebody. So there are some incredible Facebook launch tips in the coach training units. Make sure to talk to those with your mentor. I believe it's week 3. Absolutely incredible. Going to teach you how to respond to the comments, how to actually create a conversation with people who liked or loved it. Also, a great thing, before you post that, I'd love to say, go into people that you're thinking about on this list, actually comment on their Facebook, different things that they have posted, 10, 20 people, and then post yours, because they're more likely to see what you post if you created that Facebook relationship. So that's a really powerful thing to start with before you throw that on the wall. Make sure you got some good stuff going there. And then also for the sponsor coaches, just recognize that the Facebook launch tips are all in the Synergy files under Starting a New Coach Strong. And then just do it. Roll out. It is so fun. You're going to have people coming in and telling you, oh my gosh, what are you doing? Some people are going to ask, what are you doing? I want to do it. Some people are just going to say, congratulations, that's so cool. And some people are just going to really keep an eye on you because they're not ready yet, but they're thinking, maybe that's what I want. So be prepared. So this is something I'd love to encourage you guys to put as rocks on your schedule. So every Monday night at this same exact time, we have our leadership Zoom and our leadership training. For the first half hour, it's our leadership that comes on. Dr. A and some of the top leaders come in. Sometimes it's something with a company, sometimes it's just encouragement, sometimes it's some of the top coaches and some of their exciting stories. And then after that, we actually have a training, a 30-minute training with the top coaches, and they're incredible, absolutely incredible. And then I'm going to say 7 o'clock because I'm Mountain, and I know that's not right for everybody, but at right after this is the Zoom after the Zooms. That's when we jump into Jan's, which you're in right now, Jan's Zoom room, and everybody's going to have taken notes, and they're going to jump in and they're going to share their takeaways from the leadership Zoom and the leadership training. And they're just going to be doing popcorn takeaways. And then we're kind of shifting what that looks like. Tonight will be the first night that it's going to be 2 or 3 people are going to come in, and they're just going to do a simple little 3-minute, this stood out to me today. And it can be in coaching, it can be in their health journey, it can be, be there, watch. So, and it'll be rolling right into this. Do recognize you might want to write these Zoom rooms down, because the first half hour is in a certain Zoom room. The next half hour has a different ID. And then of course, the third one has a different ID also. You won't need to change rooms tonight because on this new coach training, we do all of it in Jan's room. So incredible stuff. You can even take a screenshot. Make sure to get it repeated on your calendar. Makes it really easy if you just save the Zoom link right on your phone. And then keys to success. Make sure to stay hip to hip with your mentor. Follow the tried and true system. Just be consistent. It's not broken. Trust me, it's working, and it has been refined to where it is so simple for us now. So thankful. So keep your list going. Again, just keep adding to it. Keep going through. Keep praying over those people, or keep looking for people. Keep adding. Don't think that they don't want it. Teachers are the ones. It always just makes me laugh that I thought, why would I not think that my teachers would want me to coach them? I don't know. Be active in Be a Loser Like Me and have fun. So I want to go back to that be active and be a loser like me. Recognize that your activity in there is inspiring others. Recognize that your activity in there is growing you in your health journey, and that's really, really powerful in your coaching journey. We need to be who we want to be so we can inspire others to be. Try to post in there once a week, maybe something in your journey, maybe something that stood out to you, and go in and comment on people who are commenting. If people are doing fun things, encourage them. If people are struggling, go in and say, hey, it's okay. We all struggle. Give them a little bit of grace. So that's huge. Also be active in Team Synergy. Watch for the different things. Everything is posted in there. Try to watch some of the lives. We're always trying to add value there. And that's the biggest thing with Facebook and all three of them, whether it's your timeline, whether it's Be a Loser Like Me, whether it's Team Synergy, we're always trying to add value. That's our goal, is to add value. Remember, we're not out to get people, and you'll hear that and hear that and hear that with Optavia. It's not about getting people. It is about giving the gift. It's about adding value. And if you keep that in mind, people are going to be drawn to you. So, so I would love to, actually, I need to share my screen really quick because I want to jump over here. Hopefully all of you have seen, there it comes up. Come here. I'm going to go out of there. I'm going to come over here. And if you guys, you go to Team Synergy, I'm sure all of you know how to do this, but I want to walk through it anyway, just in case somebody has not seen it. So you go to Team Synergy, and at the top of the group is the units, Sorry, talk like my hillbilly self. They're right here in order. Once you click units, here's day 1. Here's day 1.1. And remember, unit 1 is week 1. Pretty soon we're in unit 2. That's week 2. Unit 3 is week 3. Absolutely incredible lessons. And they're all put in there so that you can just go through them systematically. Unbelievable stuff. Highly recommend that you just jump in and be who you want to be by being in there. So, okay, so you've listened to me a whole lot. What questions do you have? Have I stirred any questions or any comments about what's going on? And everybody's quiet. So what stood out to you? Is there anything that you heard that you haven't heard or you want to really implement? Go ahead and unmute and jump in here and tell me, did anything like stir you? You guys. Did it help?
TJ,
Yeah.
I really liked that you had your list that was very personal and visual for you to show us your list and how after 5 years, somebody on your list just became a client. That was really powerful. You know, it gives you hope when you are talking to somebody and you think, oh, that didn't go well, you know, and then you just think, you just never know what seeds you've planted and how that may affect them in the future. And when they're needing help, that they'll turn to you because you reached out to them and you've been, you know, part of their lives and relationship.
Yeah, and that's exactly it. It truly is just keeping that relationship. Just don't forget about them. You know, make sure to go back through your list and don't give up on anybody. Remember, especially if they're willing to go through a health assessment, they're pretty open, you know, even if it's a practice call. But you can inspire them, and the more that you live out loud, and maybe go directly to their wall and comment once in a while. If you've started the relationship, keep the relationship. Corinne, do you have something to say?
Yes. I just love, there's a lot of things actually that you said. Sorry, I just walked up a bunch of stairs. I'm like triple tasking right now. It's fine. But just that you call your list a prayer list. And I know not everybody's religious, and I do understand that, but I just think that there's something very special to just really, it's like a vision board, but it's your list of people. And it's like, just think about that person and think of them with love, and then, and then trust that. And Candy, I can't see if people are, I don't know, Candy's on, bless her heart, with me.
She is. You can't
boy,
see her here, but.
I know. I'm probably her favorite person in the whole wide world with how much I like get in my head about all of this. And like my biggest worry is I don't want I don't have like a ton of followers. It's not like I have that, but I don't want to be that person that all of a sudden is like, hi, do you want to lose weight? Contact me. Cause that's not my authentic self. And so she's been helping me constantly just be like, just be yourself. And so I love your prayer list. I love that it's what Candy has taught me and what you're saying. Just be their friend. And you haven't seen this person in 20 years. Just start commenting and then send them a message. How is your life? And don't say anything. And I'm like, oh, well, like, okay, well, tell me that 100 more times and then I'll get it. So,
and maybe even ask them, what are you doing these days? And maybe they'll ask you, what do you do? Oh, you know what? It's been really fun. I've become a health coach. So tell me about your kids. I don't like to end on, well, I'm a health coach. It's actually been really fun. Yeah. So tell me, what are your kids doing? That's so fun. And it's just a relationship. We're just, and they do need to know what we're doing though. Mm-hmm. If they don't know, I mean, I love to put a little thing on the bottom that says, Health Coach TJ, loving health coaching. Those are my favorite hashtags.
Yeah.
I don't ever ask people, you want to do this? Do you want to, and I take my camera off. It says God first across this board, and this one is my war room prayer board. And this is everybody that's ever been a client. And these are all of my coaches, and they each have a tag about, my prayer board. That's who I am. And that's how important people are to me. It's not, I'm not getting anybody, but I am giving a gift. So Michelle, you're unmuted. Did you have something to say?
Yeah, I'm so glad to see all of you on here. You're all going to just be so great at this, and we're so excited to welcome you to our team. I wanted to just jump in and say, Corinne, that is probably every new coach's worry. And it is the thing that stopped me from wanting to coach for a whole year and a half. Like, I did program and lost 60 pounds. This was, 8.5 years ago. And I really resisted coaching because I didn't want to be that person that everybody's like, oh no, she's contacting me again. And I really had some preconceived ideas about what health coaching was. And I thought I had to be good at sales, and I had to, kind of just bug everybody I knew. And when I found out what health coaching really is, then I felt kind of silly for putting it off for so long. And we really do just share what works. Like, just the same as when you go see a movie that you like and you share it with people and you tell them, I went and saw this great movie and I loved it so much. Or I found this really great product for my skin, or whatever. We just naturally share everything that's working for us because that's just how we are. And so health coaching is part of my life, and I always remind people that they can come to me for help just with my posts but I post about everything. It's part of my life, but it is not what matters the most to me. Like TJ said, it is just those relationships. So I don't bring up coaching if I'm just talking to somebody and saying, oh, wow, I saw that you guys went on the greatest vacation. Tell me all about that. Looked like you had so much fun. And or I saw your daughter's wedding pictures and they were beautiful and you look fantastic. Well, you know what? If she didn't feel fantastic in those pictures and she looked at them and she's like, oh my gosh, I got to do something. She's going to be like, well, thank you for saying that. However, I have been watching you and I know that you health coach and I would love to get rid of 30 pounds. It just naturally goes to that. Like, I don't have to say a word, but they know that that's what I do because I keep reminding them every once in a while. I do a few posts a week about my health or someone else's health that I've helped. And I've branded myself as a health coach over the years, but it really is just all about those relationships. And I'm just sharing that I can help people if they want it. And so I totally get where you're coming from, and I was there too. So it really is just so natural to feel that fear of not wanting to be that person, but you aren't, and you never will be, and it's okay. Everyone is just, they're just gonna feel your love for them and your excitement for what you are accomplishing, and it helps motivate them to want to do something and give them hope that they can do it too. So
Exactly.
you did great, TJ, by the way. I learned a lot from you tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. So,
Hey, can I share something, or do we have time to share, or are we?
Oh.
Oh, I can wait.
oh, no, go ahead. Go ahead.
I just want to kind of follow with that because like poster child for all of that, and I'm kind of a new coach for the new coaches. I'm pretty new myself, and I was trying to figure out, who do I talk to? Didn't have a big circle to begin with, and so over the years, I mean not the years, the couple of months I've been doing this, I've been really learning about this value. TJ said the word value over and over and over and over again, and that's really. It's so much more about putting things on our wall that light people's life. And, it's been interesting because the more I do that, I have random people that I hardly know, and they'll just say, thank you for putting that positive stuff. Sometimes I think, oh, that's such a stupid post I put, and I agonize sometimes, am I stating the obvious, or, but when I have people come back and say, thank you, it makes a difference. And to kind of follow on what Michelle said, that very thing, Corinne, my fear is I do not want to reach out to some person I haven't talked with for 10 years and go, hey, can I tell you about my program? I'm like, that is so unnatural. And I did a business years ago that kind of preached to do that. And so I had a little PTSD from that. Whereas before with the other business, all of a sudden I became this person with a hidden agenda. And I hated that, where I'm talking to somebody in the back of my mind, ooh, they could be good. And so as I've learned more about just value, make relationships, now it's so much fun to chat with people because I'm just being a person. I don't have a hidden agenda. I do care and I don't care. And that's what Dan Bell says. He goes, care but don't care. I don't care. If I'm just talking to people because I'm a person and I love talking with them. And maybe they'll reach out to me. So I had somebody like that reached out to me, talked with her 2 months ago, put her in transformation room. Didn't really do anything about it. Keep posting light. She reaches out to me and goes, I can't afford your coaching services. She doesn't know anything about it, but can you give me some help? So I gave her a whole bunch of free advice, threw into her Be a Loser Like Me. And you know what? She just got started as a client yesterday. But it was like bit by bit and me just being a friend.
Yeah.
And so I'm still learning, but it just do what feels right. And I have done a couple of times things that don't feel right, like face my fear, but there's this gut going, don't do it, so listen to your gut.
So add value and create relationship. Those are the two big ones. But we also have follow the structure of our simple system. And sometimes you're going to feel a little bit, oh, wait a minute, I'm going to go in. I put my before and after out there. And I have to go in there and talk to people who liked it. They didn't comment. They don't want to talk to me. They loved it. I don't. You're going to say, oh my gosh, I'm so excited about what I'm doing. Thank you so much for encouraging me. How have you been? I haven't heard from you in a while. Start a relationship and do not expect anything. We don't expect anything. We're creating a relationship. You may not have seen that person for a long time. It doesn't matter. But by creating that relationship after 4 or 5 posts, or maybe after 5 years, because you're in relationship, they're much more comfortable to say, I think I need to hear more about this. But if you don't create that relationship, they're uncomfortable too. So add value and create relationship. But the simple structure is we talk to every single person who comments. We talk to every person who likes our post. We talk to every single person who likes our post, every single person who comments or loves our post. We are just creating relationship, adding value. So it's pretty incredible. And if you are authentic, if you want to serve others, and you truly have that heart, you're going to do fantastic. But stay out of your head. You're beautiful. You're wonderfully made. you have a gift like nobody else has. Just be willing to share it. So I'm going to stop the recording and we are going to prepare